starting to get cold, but I'm going to try to make the time to show you at least one snare. These are pretty good kindling. This is river cane, by the way. Grows everywhere along creeks. And I grabbed some just to show you, because what we're going to do is, it's a real simple trap actually. I'm going to chop the ends off. So you're going to have a piece like that. 2 flat ends, 2 nodes, that's a solid part, and then a big long middle. You're going to take your knife. I've got a couple pre-made, but I want to show you. This is pretty slick stuff, so be careful. You just want to cut down till you see that middle part. You want a little container there. You want it exposed. And then what you're going to do, still not used to this new knife. I gathered also some holly berries. And I'm cheating, I got a little corn too. But you just need something that the animals eat. Most birds eat holly berries. And you're going to cram them down in there. The color's what you want. If you got corn, you can stick that down in there. They see that yellow, and it holds it. Holds that corn in there. So you're making a little trigger. Making a little trigger. I hope you can see that. I'm bad to get out of range here. So there is your trigger. And you can reuse them. Don't want to waste anything here. Let's put this back. Now the other component is cordage. This is a piece of this paracord. It's got multiple strands, so if you've got just a certain amount of this, you can pull the inner core out. Now this part will ravel if you don't burn the ends, so keep this. You're not going to shove this back in there. Keep this, burn the ends a little bit so that it melts. Use this for something else, maybe for a bow drill or for lashings. This is the perfect size for snares, and we got a good length here, so see that. I'm going to take one of these. That's really all you're going to need for this trap. And I'm going to actually put these right here where I know where they are. My camp's right there within eyesight. We're going to tie a little knot here. So we're going to want to make a slip knot, because this is going to be what the rest of the string goes through. So when we're ready to do this, we've got a little slip knot that's going to go through there, and that's going to be our snare. See what? We're going to try to play like we're going after turkey, because I see a turkey trail, and I'm going to show that to you. I hope this is going. Yeah, I found a turkey trail. We're going to do that. So that's your slip knot there. This is going to be tied to this. So you want as big as you want for your slip knot. Then you're going to tie this around on this one. Now you can make as many of these as you want sitting in camp. You don't have to use river cane. It's just nice because it opens up like it does. You don't want this one to slip. You want it to be pretty sturdy. This end's going to tie on a tree that you've been over. So we're going to take this whole rig. Take this whole rig, and we're just going to wrap it around for transport. We're going to stick it in our pocket. And we're going to relocate. These are our other two components. We're going to shove this in the ground because we need some kind of a V, and then we need just a regular stake. So I'm going to set you back up. I'm going to put my stuff away. check my fire, then I'm going to set you back up. We're going to go where we can set a trap. You can see this is a throughway for turkey. Still got enough snow on the ground to see how they go right up the trail here and right down the trail here. So turkeys have some of the best eyesight in the world. Benjamin Franklin actually wanted the turkey to be our national bird instead of the eagle because it's ever vigilant, just like we should be, to keep our republic. This is what we've got here. Well, let me get a closer look here. This is what we've got. We've got the fork stick, and then the little stake just kind of sitting there, and these two little twigs just holding it open. Ideally, we would want a taller tree, but I'm losing light, and we're going to at least show you how this is done. If you've got any extra bait, because holly's pretty common here, and maybe not so much the corn, but we'd throw a little bit of holly berries here, kind of chum the water. They're going to see it. Just save the rest for some other projects. I don't want to waste a resource. What's going to happen is Mr. Turkey is going to peck this. He's going to peck it. And this noose is going to go around his neck. Hope you can see that. We are not going to leave this. It's in a good spot, but there's not enough tension on this pole, and trapping is illegal. Even on private land, this kind of trapping with a turkey's a game animal. I don't want to risk it in this environment. But what happens is he pecks, and it's got him. It's got his neck. You see how that does? Now, this isn't high enough to get him off the ground, which is going to hurt you. He may be able to get loose, probably not. Turkeys are strong though. He's going to struggle. You're going to hear him. If it's close enough to camp, you're going to have to come and dispatch him. It being around his neck, if this pole was tense enough to lift him up off the ground, he would die of strangulation, and you would come and harvest it in the morning if a predator didn't get you. Well, hopefully it doesn't get you if a predator didn't get your trap. So again, all we've done here is we've pulled this branch down. And we've gone through and over. And we want it just barely on that other stick. We have stretched this out into the little noose, distributed it as much in a circle as we can to get as much surface area on that. Think of it like a dinner plate. That's your supper. It'll be there for you in the morning. And that's it. And they're going to see that. They're going to pick up these. They're going to see these stuck in the side of your river cane. And they're going to peck. They're going to peck at it because it's a free lunch. For you, hopefully. Took 5 minutes to make that trap. The most important thing you're doing is finding a proper place to set it. This is obviously a trail that the animals use early in the morning and when they go to roost. So take advantage of their habits. Most birds, most animals are very habitual people, not unlike humans. I just said they're people. They're not unlike humans. They get in a habit of things. They get in habits. You want to take advantage of their habits. Watch for patterns. I guarantee you they're watching for yours. If there's something watching you out from the tree line, they're gonna watch. They're gonna notice everywhere you go. They're gonna follow your trail. They're gonna do it all, and they're doing it to you. So the enemy's training harder than you are. I wouldn't call them the enemy, but in a survival situation, you've definitely got to outsmart the animals if you're gonna eat. So there's our little bird trap. This is a variation of a trap that was used to catch chickens in Vietnam and different parts of Asia. So learn from other cultures. I have found a broken down old poacher's turkey trap, and I can show you how the Appalachian people used to do it if you can give me a little of your imagination. It's almost dark. Let's go look. Okay, I promised you old school. This is an old poacher's trap for turkey. They would build it up 3 or 4 feet with these old, they'd cut limbs, well, trees, small saplings. They'd stack it up and then they'd put a roof. So there was never more than about that much space between them. So they're building a cat above ground cage. Then they would dig out a little tunnel here, a little low place. And you can still see it. It's full of leaves, but it would be enough of a path for the turkey to follow a trail of corn. Everything loves corn. And it would crawl right in there. Inside they would fill it full of loose leaves and spread more corn. The turkeys would get in there and they're like a chicken, they kick. And those turkeys would kick a cover over the little hole, the little ditch they had traveled into the trap through. And then when they got to looking, they couldn't figure out how to get out because it'd be covered with leaves.